Today's question comes from Mark in New Jersey. Last year, my wife and I made over $310,000, and this year we've made $250,000. But we have still little to no savings. Last night, I decided to finally dig into it. What I came up with after doing this is that there was about $120,000 blown on who knows what. This was a team effort that I think we equally contributed to. Every time I have a conversation with my wife about money, it seems to end up being a fight. She's a very rational person, so I'm sure it's the way I'm approaching it. How do I bring it up without causing a huge fight and allowing us to make a massive change?
Wow.
It's a good question, Mark.
I love that he was like, I'm going to investigate. All right. Turns out we blew 120 grand on I have no clue what.
I don't know what.
Just stuff.
Man.
That's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would start the conversation with, I think in a humble way, Mark. I think there's always something, with the humility side of like, man, I have contributed to this, which you've already admitted. And I've messed this up too. Like I have not done a great job communicating with you. I haven't done a great job staying on top of our money and making this a priority. So I'm sorry. Like there's just a level of humility there.
And accountability.
That I think is a really beautiful way to approach it. It's very disarming when you do that and you kind of own your own stuff and you have this level of like, I didn't get it right. And then obviously not letting her, just run off and be like,
wow,
yeah, that's
sounds
fine.
like you really messed up.
Yeah, I mean, like, letting it start to be a conversation, though, of like, okay, so what do we want this to look like now? What do we as a team want to look and have a vision for our marriage? And what are our goals? What are we wanting to do? Because you make great income, like you're saying, and to be able to say, man, let's just take this further and do it on purpose. It's okay to still spend money. That's the one thing that people think the Ramsey plan is like, you can't spend any money. No, you can. Once you don't have debt and you have an emergency fund, you've taken care of what you need to take care of, you can spend money and enjoy. So it's, I think it's having that conversation of like, hey, what does this look like for us? And let's still enjoy our lives, but let's do it on purpose with intentionality.
Amen. Rachel, I wish you could just have that conversation for
That's
us.
right.
But you know what?
Mark,
we can't.
I can do it for you. No.
But what this comes down to is not going, we have to get on a budget today and you're really screwing this up. It starts with that vision where you go, hey, what are our goals for the year? Because I feel like we've been floating and we have nothing to show for it. We make amazing money, more than we ever thought we would. And here we are with nothing in the bank. And it's all just stuff and food and shopping. And I feel like I've done a terrible job leading us in that way. And so I want to set some goals in our life. And once you set those goals, well, now we have to make changes and change some habits in order to actually achieve those goals.
Yep.
And one of those is we got to get on a budget.
Yeah.
And not to, constrict us, but to give us freedom so that when we do spend, we do it with confidence, with no regret, and we're not derailing our goals.
That's right.
Now it's a different conversation.
No regrets, right, John?
No regrets, which we mentioned that in Smart Money Happy Hour. I explained to Rachel. I said it was an internet meme. It's beyond that, of course. It's a scene from Where the Millers, and Rachel was like, say what now?
It's a great one.
It's a great clip. Go check that out. So thank you for the question, Mark. This is not going to be easy, but, man, it's going to be worth it. And I think if you approach it with that humility and accountability, it will go a long, long way.